the officers had the street blocked off. And we were standing on the corner getting ready to cross the street to go up to where my car was parked. And we heard a shot. And we all looked. Because we didn't know what it was. You know, like, because it's so close to the 4th of July. And we all kind of looked. And it was a pause. And there was a second shot. And the police officer, I saw him, kind of tall, hefty, white guy, bald. I remember seeing him. And that second shot, he kind of, as he was going down, he said he has a gun. Run. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He said he has a gun. He has a gun. Run. And my kids started running. And I wanted to make sure that they were all in front of me, so they started running up the block, and I was running behind them. And I felt the bullet. I don't know if it bounced off the ground or what, but I felt it when it hit me in the back of my leg. And my son, Andrew, had turned around to grab me. Because he didn't, I guess he turned around to see where I was and he went to grab me, but I had already been shot. So I tackled him and pushed him into the street. And I think he hit the car and we ended up in between the car and the curb. And I just laid on top of him. And police officers had started coming up the block. And one of them, I heard him when he said, "Is anybody hit?" My son said no, because he didn't know I was shot. And I was saying yes, but I wasn't saying it loud enough so my son could hear me, because I didn't want him to hear me. And the officer said it again kind of loud, and I said, "Yes, sir, I'm hitting my leg." And the other officer jumped on top of me and covered me and my son. And there was another one at our feet, and there was another one over our head. And there was several of them lined against the wall over there, and they stayed there with us. And I saw another officer. Saw another officer get shot right there in front of me again. That was two. I'm sorry. I don't know if the shooter moved, but they were able to get us up, get me up, help me to get me up, and put me in the back of the police car. And, another officer was in the back of the car, and my son. And that car was riddled with bullets. I'm thankful that officer didn't get hit as he was driving us. My son, as far as I know, it's like when we pulled into the hospital, it was the police car came in on rims only. Because they pulled me out the car and they had to lay me on the ground there because there wasn't a gurney available, and there was another officer, I think it was the officer that had gotten shot in front of me. He was on a gurney, headed into the hospital, and they got one, and I was still praying, and I was still praying in the hallway into the room, just kept praying for everybody, for my sons to be safe, for the officers to be safe, because I had never been in a situation like that before. There was hundreds of rounds. I had never heard anything like that before. It was just shots all around us. But I'm thankful. I'm so thankful for the Dallas Police Department and whoever else. ATF, I don't know who was down there, but I'm thankful for all of them, because they had no regard for their own life. They stayed there with us. They surrounded my son and I. And I'm so thankful for that, because all I could do was just lay on top of him and just pray. I'm sorry that it happened. I'm sorry that person thought that would be okay, that he thought it would, or that it would solve something. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that they lost their lives. But I'm thankful. I'm so thankful.